See the numbers like 2 and 17 and 4. That causes a lot of things, including pipes bursting. We've seen that across the state, a government building, local restaurants, too.
All sorts of problems. NBC Connecticut's Sydney Boyo is joining us live in Hartford, where several buildings have now been impacted by the cold. Sydney, what are you seeing there?
Keisha and Mike, I'm actually standing outside of the Department of Energy and Environmental Protection, which is closed at the moment because they actually had 2 pipes burst last week. Now, they say the reason for those pipe bursts is still under investigation, but with these temperatures, it's hard not to consider weather as a factor. The Department of Energy and Environmental Protection's headquarters in Hartford remains closed after 2 pipes burst inside the building last week, damaging multiple areas and forcing staff out. And it's not the only place in Connecticut experiencing pipe issues during these bouts of cold. In Torrington, Lovett Vegan had to close its doors because of freezing pipes. And in Stonington, Breakwater had to do the same. On Saturday, a pipe even burst at the Connecticut Science Center after what they say was a maintenance issue with the clamp.
We actually had a pipe break in the building on Saturday evening, just after 2 p.m. It was right outside our butterfly encounter exhibit gallery. The way that the pipes are all mounted together and held, there was a faulty clamp that just gave way and just caused the problem.
1,200 people were evacuated, and while the center says the exhibits were not impacted, it did see some carpet damage and dampness, which forced it to close.
The water was quickly shut off and the pipe was restored. And the damage was very minimal to some wet carpets and some damp areas that were professionally cleaned and dried.
Now, the Science Center says it plans to reopen during its normal business hours on Wednesday and is excited to welcome its customers back. As for those businesses, I did reach out to see when they would reopen. We have not heard back at that time. For Deep here in Hartford, its employees will continue to work remotely as they investigate what caused the pipes to burst. Live in Hartford, Sydney Boyo, NBC Connecticut News. Keisha.